Hey everybody, Eric here. And today I want to talk about Camping World and how they could become the next Airbnb. But first, if you'd like and subscribe my page, I'd appreciate it. We talk a lot about tech and money and real estate and how it all ties together. All right, on to Camping World. And I want to preference, I do not own any positions in this company at the time of this video. So what is Camping World? Camping World is a company that, just like it says in the name, does campers. They are nationwide and they have dealerships, so they actually sell them almost everywhere around the country. And they've been doing this for quite some time. They're not necessarily new. They've been buying up dealerships. They've been, kind of growing organically, but they are the biggest dealership network within the US. So kind of talk about where they started. So Marcus Limon is their CEO. And unless you've been living under a rock, he also has a show on CNBC called The Profit. Interesting, check it out. Sometimes he's kind of a jerk, but most of the time he's right. And that's just kind of the fact of it. But he has built this company. He's an immigrant. He's done just an amazing job. And they went public a couple of years ago. And, their stock has been up and down. Sometimes it's suffered. It's done very well this year. The pandemic has increased basically RVing. It's safe. It's affordable. You can see things. And there's one thing that I've learned about RVing, because I've been doing this for a while. I've rented and of course I own, is once you start doing it, you tend to like doing it and you don't stop. So even as this pandemic starts to tail off, I don't know that the RVing does. So they've had a pretty good year with 15% increase in sales, and RV manufacturers are back ordered and all this other stuff. But that's not what we want to talk about today. Really, what we want to talk about is, outside of the growth of RV and COVID, is in September, Camping World announced that they were going to do a sharing RV situation. And I guess I have to expand it to bigger. So on top of Camping World, they own this organization called Good Sam. And Good Sam sells insurance, towing, discounts to RV parks. There's thousands of RV parks that are part of this membership nationwide. And basically you pay them as an RVer to get access to this network. So they already have the groundwork laid for something like this. And I think Camping World's even done RV renting themselves, but let's talk about what it looks like. They're talking about making RVs a profit center for the owners. And there's a couple companies out here that have already tried to do this. There's a company out there called RV Share, which is the biggest one. But the problem is they don't have an RV dealer network. They are not as large as Camping World. And, there's a lot of concern and, a lot of good and bad that people talk about online about sharing out their RVs. It's like Turo, but for RVs. And so, but let's talk about why RVs are different sharing than Airbnb or say even Turo. RVs are complicated. Every time you hit the road, something breaks. It's just the nature of the beast. And whether that's, tires, whether that's, an appliance inside, it is a house on wheels. And the only way to deal with a house on wheels is to not move it. So when you rent out your RV, people typically aren't as careful with your stuff as they are with their own stuff. So it makes it even worse. Even those careful owners of RVs have problems with their RVs. So if you own a network of dealers throughout the country that is geared towards servicing and maintaining these RVs, well, they've already got the upper hand, because that's the biggest problem with renting out your RV. They already have this Good Sam network that's all over the place. And again, they have the infrastructure in place. So I'll give you an example. I rented an RV about 5 years ago, maybe it was longer, but we had it for 2 weeks and the air conditioner went out. And this was a fairly new RV. And it cost the owner $1,200 to repair. Just a simple one air conditioner. This thing had multiple air conditioners on it. And you're often dealing with things like changing the oil in the generator, or, if it's got a slide out, the slide out jams, or the awning doesn't come in. I mean, it is a nightmare. And so I understand why a lot of people don't want to rent out their RVs. But Camping World and RV Share are saying that you can make from $30,000 to $40,000 a year from renting out your RV. That's pretty good. So let's kind of wrap it up and tie it on a nice little bow. If they can provide the services at a discount and take care of the maintenance and do all these other things, that takes it off the owner's plate. And they've got the network to where they can drop off, deliver, store these units. I mean, all of the items there in the making are there. So if Camping World and Good Sam can pull off this whole thing, and they're talking about launching spring 2021, the pandemic's going to still be going on. You can't find an RV to save your life right now to rent. This could be the making of a perfect storm of a great new business and future for Good Sam. And I'll comment a lot of the prospects out there. So the stock's sitting around $22, $23 right now. They're saying that this is the low side. This is the downside. It could go up to $50 a share, especially as they roll out this program. They literally could be the Airbnb on wheels. So it's certainly exciting. I'm excited to watch what happens if they can develop out a easy, simple to use app like Airbnb and make the maintenance and the repairs and insurance nightmares go away like some of these other applications and platforms have done. They could just take the market. So certainly watch Camping World, and I will. Again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Got lots of tech and money stuff and real estate stuff coming out. It's a crazy world out there. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.